Why is it so easy to start something, but so hard to keep going? Motivation isn't just a spark that ignites at the beginning. It's a fire that needs constant fueling, but most of us don't know how to keep it alive. And I want to share a personal example. This past summer, I created 2 30-day meditation challenges, full journeys, designed to help people slow down, reflect, and feel better. What kept me going through the scripting, recording, and editing was the knowledge that even if just one person felt calmer or more focused because of it, it would be worth it. That sense of purpose, knowing it could positively impact someone, became my deepest source of motivation. In this episode of Understand Your Mind, we'll explore what really drives motivation, why it fades, and how you can build strategies to sustain your drive for the long haul. Let's dive in. What is motivation? Motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and sustains goal-directed behaviors. It's what gets you started and what keeps you moving. But there are different types. Intrinsic motivation, doing something because it's inherently enjoyable or meaningful. Extrinsic motivation, doing something for external rewards or to avoid punishment. Both play a role, but long-term drive leans heavily on intrinsic motivation, finding personal meaning in what you do. You could pause and reflect if you want to. What's one activity you do where time seems to disappear? That's intrinsic motivation in action. However, there's a third category that is often overlooked: introjected motivation, when we act to avoid guilt or boost ego, but not from the true internal desire. This can fuel short bursts of effort, but rarely sustains us long term. Let's take the example of learning an instrument. If you're driven by the joy of playing, intrinsic, you will practice even when no one's watching. If you're motivated by applause, that's extrinsic. Your drive might vanish when the audience isn't there. If you practice to avoid feeling like a failure, introjected, burnout is likely. Sustained motivation requires awareness of which fuel you're running on. Motivation often fades because goals are too abstract or far away. The dopamine spike starts to fade away. Lack of visible progress, emotional fatigue, and overwhelm. But there's another culprit: decision fatigue. Every small decision we make drains mental energy, leaving us less capable of pushing forward. Motivation is like a battery. You need habits that recharge it. Here's a mini challenge for you. Simplify your daily routines to minimize unnecessary decisions. Example, plan your outfits, meals, or workout schedule in advance to conserve cognitive energy. Another motivation drainer, the all or nothing mindset. If you believe success requires perfection, you'll feel defeated by small setbacks. Here's a reframe prompt. Instead of "I need to do it all," shift to progress, not perfection. The self-determination theory, SDT. According to psychologists Decky and Ryan, motivation is sustained when 3 psychological needs are met. Autonomy, feeling in control of your actions. Competence, feeling capable and seeing progress. Relatedness, feeling connected to others. If one of these needs is missing, motivation suffers. Think about a job where you lack autonomy. Micromanagement kills motivation. Or a hobby where you don't feel competent. Frustration replaces joy. Here's a mini practice. Choose one current goal. How can you increase your sense of autonomy, competence, and relatedness in that pursuit? Relatedness is especially crucial in long-term projects. Accountability, partners, supportive communities, or even sharing your journey on social media can amplify your drive. Identity. One of the most powerful shifts in sustaining motivation is moving from outcome-based goals to identity-based goals. Instead of, I want to run a marathon, think, I am a runner. Identity-driven goals stick because they reshape how you see yourself. Here's a coaching question for you. What kind of person are you becoming through your current goals? James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes that every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. If your identity shifts, motivation follows. Here's a mini practice you can do. Write down a goal you're working on. Now, rewrite it as an identity statement. Example, I want to read 20 books this year. Becomes, I am a reader. Habits over willpower. Willpower is unreliable. Habits are consistent. Designing your environment to trigger positive habits removes the need to constantly feel motivated. Examples. Setting out workout clothes the night before. Blocking social media during deep work hours. Using habit trackers for visual accountability. Here's a mini challenge for you. Identify one friction point that's draining your motivation and design an environment tweak to eliminate it. Even microscopic actions like flossing one tooth can cascade into larger behaviors. The secret? Reduce the barriers to entry so low that it feels effortless to start. Here's a reflection prompt. What's the tiniest version of your goal you can commit to daily? Progress and micro wins. Nothing kills motivation like feeling stuck. That's why it's crucial to break big goals into micro wins, small achievable steps that build momentum. And remember, celebrate micro wins. Completing a 10-minute focus sprint. Writing 100 words for your project. Showing up even when it's hard. Celebrating these micro wins triggers dopamine, reinforcing the behavior loop and encouraging repeat actions. And that's important. Here's a mini challenge you can do. At the end of each day, write down your smallest win, even if it's just I showed up. Stacking small wins creates a snowball effect. Over time, they become the foundation of massive achievements. Emotional reward and celebration. The brain loves rewards, but they don't always have to be external. Build emotional rewards into your habits, acknowledging your effort out loud, visualizing how this small action ties to your bigger purpose, giving yourself permission to feel proud. A powerful self-reward practice is the success anchor. Choose a simple gesture, like a fist pump, a smile, and it should be something that you associate with completing a task. Over time, this anchor will boost positive emotion and reinforce behavior. And here's a reflection prompt you can do. What will be your success anchor gesture? Resilience and motivation dips. Motivation will dip. That's normal. What matters is having a strategy for those moments. Anticipate low motivation days. Create minimum viable actions. Small steps you can take even at 20% energy. Forgive yourself quickly and refocus. Here's a mini practice you can do. Plan a low motivation version of your current goal. What's the smallest action you can commit to? Another technique is behavioral momentum. Start with an easy task to build momentum, then transition into harder ones. This leverages inertia to your advantage. The role of purpose and meaning. When motivation fades, purpose sustains. Clarifying why you're pursuing a goal ties your actions to a larger narrative. Here's a mini exercise you can do. Write a purpose statement for your current goal. Example: I'm building this business because I want to create freedom for my family. Purpose turns tasks into missions, making them emotionally compelling. Motivation is a system, not a feeling. In the end, motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you design. It's a system of identity, habits, environment, progress, rewards, and purpose, all working together to keep your drive alive. When you build that system, motivation becomes a byproduct, not a prerequisite. Here's a reflection you can do. Which part of your motivation system needs the most attention right now? Identity, habits, environment, rewards, or purpose? Motivation isn't a magical force. It's a process. One you can design, nurture, and sustain. The secret isn't staying motivated. It's staying committed, even when motivation dips. Fuel your drive with habits, identity, progress, and connection. You don't need more motivation. You need better systems. Subscribe for episode 9. Focus, mastering attention in a distracted world. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.